Okay, so now the thing is that we have to calculate the money weighted rate of return and the time weighted rate of return, right? If you recall, the money weighted rate of return is same as IRR, so we will do that differently. For the time weighted return, let's have a look. Investors trade in stock of 2 years are given below. Purchase 10 shares on July 1st, 2007 for $50, right? So there are two steps. First, we have to calculate the HPR. Okay. So we would be calculating that holding period rate of return. Okay. Now for the holding period rate of return, if you know the formula, so HPR is equivalent to ending value plus dividend minus beginning value divided by beginning value, right? In this question, the trick is that they haven't given you these values in terms of depth, but they have given you the years as they have stated. This is 2008, 2007. So the beginning value would be this one. Okay. So if you want to calculate the beginning value, we would say, okay. So the initial value is 10 shares, $50. 10 into 50, 500, 2007 value, beginning value. Ending 2008. Okay. So if those same shares were like purchased, 10 shares were purchased back then, right? So at the end of the year, what will be their value? So 10 shares, the value that is given is $100. So 100, so 1000. So this is ending value. This is beginning value, and the beginning value is 500. So you would be simply calculating the HPR. Ending is 1000, right? Since there are no dividends, so nothing, and minus beginning value divided by beginning value, and we are getting 100% or 1.0. Similarly, for the other year, we would be calculating this. Right now, calculating it with respect to 2008 is the beginning, 2009 is the ending. So 2008, beginning value, total number of shares, 5 were also purchased, 10 were at the initial, so total 15 shares. The value was 100 at that time, so $1,500. 2009 value, 15 shares, but the market value has been reduced to $90. 90, multiplying it with this, so we are getting 1350. Now we are getting this. So now we have the two HP values. So we can calculate HPR again for the second year. That is equivalent to final is 1500. So okay, so if we want to calculate this, so what is the final value? The final value is 1350 minus initial value upon initial value, right? So we are getting a negative 10 minus 10%, right? In terms of percentage, we multiplied it with the percent at the end. Now applying this to calculate the value set of time weighted rate of return. So time weighted rate of return, if you know the formula, so it states that just if you look at the formula, so time weighted rate of return is 1 plus HPR for the first year into 1 plus HPR of the next year to 1 power half minus 1. Okay, so bracket close, and this is like we subtracted from 1. Okay, so for the first year, it is the value is coming 1 or 100%, and for the next year, the value is coming minus 0.1. So putting it in the equation, 1 plus 1 into 1 minus 0.1, 0.5 minus 1, and we are getting a value of 0.3416, that is equivalent to 34.16%. So the only options that we have is A and B, so we would eliminate part C. Now looking at these options. For the money weighted rate of return, we have to calculate IRR, and for the IRR, we have to insert the cash flows. Okay, so for the cash flows, how you would go? You would enter CF onto a BA2 plus calculator. Then you would press second, CE, C to clear, and then start with the cash flows. First is 500 negative, right? The first cash flow is like you have made an investment, so negative, right? Then you would go downwards, 500. Again, look at the signs of the cash flows, please, and then enter. This is also an outflow. For an inflow of 1350, so this would be plus. This is CO2, right? Cash flow 2, cash flow 1, cash flow 0. And then finally, after all putting all the cash flows, you would say IRR, CPT, that is compute, and you would get the value. So from the calculator, we are getting a value of 21.75. And so the only option that is left is B. I hope you guys have understood this.